Okay, see, this is what happens when you don't take your time to explain things the proper way, man. So, um, I scheduled this interview for. Oh, by the way, welcome to the BRI, which is the Black Research Institute. My name is Denoris Wilson, aka the Brother, and we're here. We're committed to solving the problems. But I digress. So, I scheduled this interview for 8 o'clock Eastern Pacific time. And I came on here and, I was here waiting on the brother. I'm waiting on the brother. And I'm like, okay, well, he not going to show up. So, I'm going to cut the interview short because I don't want it to be about me. And then soon as I ended the broadcast, I thought to myself, this brother is from Texas. So I said 8 o'clock. And he thinking 8 o'clock his time. So I reached out to him and I got him. And he's here with me right now. So I'm gonna introduce the world to Poet Seek. Poet Seek, the baking poet.
Sir.
It's good, brother.
How are you today, sir?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Listen, I was sort of down earlier when you didn't show up for the interview. I was like, man, black people.
it wasn't even my fault.
No, it wasn't. But I'm putting the blame on you right there.
That's fine.
Well, man, how you doing?
Man, listen, man, I am blessed. I'm doing well.
Okay, so
doing well.
Here, I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's cut here on the BRI. Before we start the interview, there are two questions that I have to ask you.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
No, but let's go. Okay. Let's go.
So the first question is, are you being safe?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And the second question is, are you happy?
Yes, I'm happy.
All right, well, we can start the interview then. Like,
that's it.
Right here.
Yeah, I'm happy. I've had a wonderful weekend. Spent some time in Florida and got to relax and had no work to do, which is always good.
Right.
So when you can vacate and enjoy that time, it's good.
Okay. So, as I told you in the green room, man, since I contacted you about this interview because I heard you on Sway in the Morning, and I contacted you about this interview, I may have messaged you how many? 3 times?
Yeah.
Like 3 times, right?
Yeah.
Because I know me. If I get in a conversation with you, I won't have anything to interview.
Right.
So basically, you and I are total strangers.
Absolutely.
Right.
I did my research on, I think, YouTube, the social media is, okay, what is the Black Research Institute? So I'd never heard of it before. And when you sent me that message, I was like, okay, this brother want me to, that's pretty dope. You just never know what happens when you are on, when somebody, you never know who's listening. You never know who's looking at you. So, you never know who would eventually want to connect. So it was good, man. That you did, yeah.
Listen, when I heard you, because I forgot the topic. It was on there.
I don't know what the topic was. I have no idea what the topic was. The only thing I know is I was stuck in traffic.
Yeah, you were stuck in.
I was stuck in traffic.
Oh, no. I know what the topic is. I know what the topic was, and I'm not going to say it. I know exactly what the topic was. I know exactly what it was.
Okay. I do not. I just know that, I think that was maybe my first time. Go ahead.
it was about relationships.
Was it?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, so that's interesting because I spoke a little bit about relationships, right? I think I'm gonna tell you if I could be honest with you, I remember the most thing. What I remember most is that I think that may have been my second time listening to Sway in the morning because I was like, I was like, oh wow, Sway has a radio show. So I just bought my Jeep and I had gotten Sirius XM and I was thinking about canceling it.
Yeah.
But he came on. I was like, oh, this is pretty dope. And then, Marvin Sapp was one of my favorite gospel artists. He was playing Marvin Sapp. And I'm thinking, like, what's going on here? Like Sway in the morning playing Marvin Sapp.
Right.
And then I just kept listening. Remember, I was stuck in traffic, so I just kept listening. And as they start taking calls, and I'm thinking, like, well, what is this? It was mind blowing to me, and it was mind blowing to me.
You even said that you was thinking about getting rid of it of Siri.
Yeah. I
You
was like, because I was like, why do I need it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I
right.
did. It was.
So I preface that to say, introduce yourself to me
Mhm.
and the rest of the world, because you're a stranger to me too. So tell us about yourself, brother.
Okay, my name, God given name is Ernie Ball, but I go by Seek as an artist and a baker. I am Seek the baking poet, and I'm Seek the poet as an artist. So that's who I am. Hi, everybody.
Okay. So I'm going to start with the poetry first, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you've been writing poetry.
So I've been writing probably since high school. Been
Okay.
writing probably since high school. I performed in high school as well. And then it just kind of like all went away. Life took me, you know, through some changes as life does, and I picked it back up in 2008. That's when I started to write again. Not really doing anything with it, but just starting to write again. And then my mom passed away, and she left me like all of this poetry that she written. So it's like I would do like homage to my mom. I'll create a book or something like that for her eventually, and we'll just have it. The family just have it, have all our poetry. But then I started like really writing in 2011.
Mhm.
Really writing, and I went to this poetry spot and spit for the first time in all of those years. I was so nervous. I had one a couple of times before that to kind of build up my nerve. I knew that I wanted to do it again, but just to do it a couple more times, went, Chill said, okay, I can do it. I can do it. I'll do it. Did it, and the reception was amazing. And Seek the Poet was born that night, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, that was in 2011.
What was the catalyst though? What got you into writing poetry?
So writing to me when I was younger was always therapeutic. So I loved English, literature, anything like that. So I was in speech communication. We call it speech communications. I think some schools may call it forensics or something like that. But I was in speech communications in high school, and that's kind of like honed the skill of writing. Shout out to Mr. Merritt, who was my speech teacher. So yeah, so it's been since I was a kid. The catalyst just was, I think I was in Miss Mayfield's class, and just how she had us read, I knew that I wanted to tell stories. I didn't know how it was going to come about, but I knew that I wanted to do that. Yeah.
Okay. For me, it was a girl.
Oh, really? That always does it, that.
I didn't know how to talk to her, so I just started writing stuff. Right.
Mm.
Right. I didn't know how to approach her, but so I just started writing, and then I kind of like it. It's like you, therapeutic. I call it escapism because I can go wherever I want to go right there with a
Yeah.
pen and a piece of paper. I can go wherever I want to go, and because I was an avid reader too, like I read a lot. I had a lot of information to pull from, right? So poetry for me was always a way to express myself and see if other people are interested.
Hmm. Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
see, see if you're interested in what I'm saying. So I kind of see how you can go from poetry to baking too, because it's sort of baking is a form of poetry within itself.
It's poetry in motion. It's another way how to do that art, say it in a way, in another creative way. That's how I would see it. Because when I was on Sway, which was interesting. I don't know if I want to. We kind of, I'm just jumping around. When I was on Sway, I don't know if I said, I got so caught up in my testimony. I don't know half the things that I did say,
Right.
but I know that, so many people connected me since then. It's like my notifications would not stop that day.
Right. Right.
And still to this day, I think we did Sway probably in March, maybe. Still to this day, people inbox me saying, I heard you on Sway in the morning. And it's almost June.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's almost June. But damn, I lost my train of thought. What's the question?
No, you were saying
Poetry
that
in motion. It was
bakery.
poetry. It's poetry in motion. And the baking came about because I could not write. I was in such extremis, going through a difficult breakup that I could not write. So I found solace in working with my hands. I became very dexterous that way. And I was like, okay, so, I knew I could bake. I knew I had a knack for it. And it had started prior to the breakup. I was doing pound cakes and I would just like post them on social media. And then, post the breakup, everything just started to, like, you just kind of like never know what's God doing prior to a storm. You never know that. It's like that thing started and it was building and then boom, it happened and I could not write. I could not do it. I couldn't write about it. So I would bake cakes. I would dye frosting. I would look up YouTube tutorials just to, you know what I'm saying? Because now you're building up your psyche and stuff, and you have all these colors, and so you just kind of like playing around. How does it taste? This is that, and I was just like, I didn't even think that it was like taking up the space of poetry, but it was developing me in a way. It's just changing that creativity, changing it up.
Yeah, like because creativity is not a binary thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're creative, you're not just creative in food
Mm-hmm.
or, basketball. If you're creative
You
all,
create it, yeah.
right, like all the way around. But there are certain things that you stick out, right? Like you stick out. So
Yeah.
and the important thing in life is to identify that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us don't identify that. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of us are masters of a lot of things. We master a lot of. I mean, we jack of trades in a lot of things, but we don't really master nothing. We good at a lot of
We get
things.
a lot of things. That's it. That's true. That's true. But what have you mastered? I get it. Yeah.
What you master, right?
Yeah.
Because that mastery is your real gift,
Mm-hmm.
right? That thing that you master
Yeah.
is your real gift. And when I heard you on, no, you know what? I'm mistaken. It wasn't about relationships. I remember it now because you was like, look, Sway, I was about to get rid of my Sirius XM and I heard this song
Mm-hmm.
that song. You said I heard this song, and I was like, yeah, "This is what you don't know how much I needed this day." That's what you said.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
And you gave your testimony, and then Sway was like, "Man, what you do?" And then they start doing about the bacon and everything. So yeah, but yeah, man. So I can see how you can go into bacon because what bacon does, it says, "I put these flavors together. I want to see how many people like them, like I like them."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's kind of like when you originally like step on that stage and you know you have something to say, but you want to know like, do they get it? Are they gonna get what I'm saying? And to transition, I guess I can use the word transition to transition that type of feeling into baking. It was like, I got something. I want to go back. Because Maya Angelou said, I think I was watching one of her documentaries. She said, um, uh, Billie Holiday had come to see her, and Billie Holiday said, "You're gonna be famous, but you're not gonna be famous as a singer." She said, but you're gonna be famous. And then she started to talk a little bit more about what she would sacrifice for, right? She said, I wouldn't sacrifice for singing and dancing. I wouldn't sacrifice. She said, you can only be great at what you would sacrifice for.
Mm-hmm.
You can only be great at what you would sacrifice for. And let me tell you, I have done so much in poetry, film and, traveled the world with doing poetry and stuff like that. And it's so funny. I lost all of that stuff. Like in the divorce, I'd lost all of this stuff. Um, Video footage and all kind of shit. Like I have none of that stuff no more because it was like a even split down. You take what's in storage, you take this, y'all go y'all separate ways. It was done, right? So I have nothing. I had to start from scratch all over again. What am I going to do? And then just started building myself up from that point again. Like I don't need none of that shit. That's fine, whatever. I'll start all over again. And so with all that footage left, I'm a whole different person now, and that's kind of like what that type of stuff do to you when you thought you may have been a person, and then it completely changes the trajectory of your life, and now you become a completely, not that you lose yourself in that way. An element of yourself, I think you do lose, but it transforms into something greater if you allow it to.
I think like for a lot of times, a lot of people don't understand that it's really adversity that makes you grow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? Like like I don't care. Like you want a life of ease. Like everybody want a life of ease, but a life of ease don't help you grow.
Mm-mm. No, it does not.
Right? Like so all those things that we may have experienced that may have been bad and we couldn't stand them when it was happening made us the persons that we are right now.
Let me tell you what a buddy said to me uh, around that time that I had this thing up. Around this time that I was really going through, he was like, you need to take this baking thing and run with it. And I don't even know if I was really like baking at the level that I'm baking now. He said, you need to take it and run with it. And it's like a different part of me heard that.
Right.
A different part of me heard that, like, you need to take it and run with it, because I'm thinking like I can't write the way I'm feeling, just feeling kind of like down on myself or whatever. And that's when I really started to like, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should. And then here we are,
Hey man, all you got to do is start.
Yeah.
Right. Just start. And then the baking thing is more distracting, right? Because you got to concentrate. You got to figure things out. You got to figure out what flavors gonna go together. You ain't got time to really be thinking about
nothing else. Because baking is a completely different art. It's a completely different cooking structure. You know how you can get in the kitchen if you was fixing a soul food dish, right?
Right.
If you know how to cook, I got my seasons together. You know, you can do some stuff. You ain't pulling out no measuring spoon talking about here, a little teaspoon of that. You're not. You seasoning it up, right? You can't do that with bacon. Bacon is
Right.
precise and it is focused. And if you're not that, then your stuff gonna be whack. And that's the most terrible thing is that you can sit a beautiful cake on the table, and then when somebody stick a fork in it, and it tastes like cardboard, you didn't do something right.
Have you ever done that?
Never. I have been blessed in that way. I have been blessed in that way. And I have a friend of mine who always she teaches me all the time. She'll come pick up a cake, or she'll come pick up cupcakes, and she was like, "That cake was so dry." It was so dry. She would do me like that all the time. And I'm just like, if I see you, I'm gonna choke your neck. And then she'll send me a text back talking about, that cake is everybody love that cake. That cake is gone. It was so moist. It was so delicious. Yeah. So I've never had that issue. And if I have had, so you know what? That's not true. When I first started, 2018, my first Thanksgiving, I had a classmate of mine. She come and she picked up 2 cakes. She picked up, I think, if I remember, she picked up a traditional, like regular, like pound cake, vanilla pound cake, and she picked up a red velvet bundt cake. She said that red velvet bundt cake was delicious, but that other cake was dry. She told me that. And then that's when I went in and said, why is it dry? Start questioning myself, like, why is it dry? I didn't get that from other folk. And see, people who like pound cake, they like it different ways. Like I have a sister friend of mine who is from Jamaica, and their pound cake, whatever, it's not really, it's so full with rum, you don't have know if it's dry, you eating it because of the rum. So
like thick cornbread.
Yeah. So it's like you just kind of like no, but now I have it down to a science, so I know how to make it, moist every time I put it in the oven. So
okay, so if you had to choose, what would you say would be your best item? The one that you just always blow out the frame.
2.
Okay, 2.
I have a red velvet cake that is top tier, and my strawberry cake. That's it.
Are those your 2 top sellers?
2 top sellers. Actually, my birthday vanilla cake is my top seller, and I only think that that's my top seller because everybody really, a lot of people don't like all kind of flavors in cakes. Just give us a regular vanilla cake. We're gonna eat that joker. It's gonna be good. Everybody gonna enjoy it, right? But if I was to think about like top tier cakes that I make, that you really have to put in ingredients, precise, cut up fruit and stuff like that to make, it's the strawberry and the red velvet. Those are the 2.
So is there like a secret that you do that that makes them your strawberry and your red velvet stand out?
Yeah, it is.
Have you copywritten it or have it?
I have not. I haven't copywritten it yet. No,
you got man. You got to do that. Somebody might take it, break it down.
Unless they are in my kitchen when I'm baking. And very few people have been in my kitchen when I'm baking. So, no. I haven't, but all of that stuff is coming. Like, there's so many things that's coming down the pipeline. You know what I'm saying? If there's another business venture that I'm looking at starting next month that I'm very excited about. And eventually, I want to do my own cookbook. You know what I'm saying? I want to do like a television series and stuff like that. So it's these things that's coming down the pipeline that, it's time to grow it out, in a way that I'm not always, at the oven mixing ingredients. Now it's time to see how it's gonna work for me. So it's I got some things working.
Well, so those recipes got to be standardized, right? They got to be standardized. So, whenever you do start hiring people, you don't have to be there to oversee them. Like everything is, measured out. But
Yeah, I'm gonna
it,
tell you though. I'm gonna tell you something. That is true, but there's a magic that happens when you do it yourself because you know what you're doing. Like you know it. There's a feel, there's an energy that is happening, and somebody else can be right next to you, do the same thing, and you taste this product and you taste this product, and it'll taste different. There's an energy that happens when people do that. That's why I'm so reluctant at this point, and I think selfish in a way of trying to move into a storefront so quickly because you have all these people coming in. They got your recipe. They doing this day, and they don't give a shit. They just doing it just to be doing. That's just get them out.
hold on though, see, you said storefront. You
you,
got it right there.
you heard me go back and correct that. You heard me go back and correct that. Yeah, but it's
That
the truth.
Houston came right up out of you right there.
Yeah. I have an issue with people always thinking that I'm from like New York or somewhere because of the way that I speak. But then they hear me say something that's real country. They're like, that is.
Yo, you're right though. You're right. It's almost like you got two DJs. They got the same record.
Right.
One DJ just feel better than the other.
Exactly. It's magical, man.
Better,
when you
right?
it's a magical thing that happens.
I honestly believe that magic that you're talking about is because everything is energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything is energy and everything is vibration, right? Everything energy is vibration. And I think like when you are in tune with something that you're supposed to do, you're vibrating at the same frequency with that thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
You that's what they say, you're in tune with it.
Mm-hmm.
Tuned to it. Like you understand it, you know how to manipulate it. You're really in control of it because you're in tune with it.
Yep.
And that's what like mastery is.
Mm-hmm.
Like you didn't become in tune with bacon immediately.
Mm-mm.
It was a process.
It was a process, exactly. It was a process, and it was very interesting. So I was doing pound cakes, and I'd started this new job, and of course, I thought I knew what I was doing. So I was taking the pound cakes to the job and stuff, and we would have like these little parties or whatever the case may be. And it was very interesting. My boss at the time, she came up to me. She said, "You're gonna start doing tier cakes next year." She just said it out the blue, just like you're gonna start doing tier cake. I'm like, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. Like, I'm good. I'm good with this. I'm good. I'm gonna work my job. I'm gonna make these pound cakes. I'm gonna do my thing at Thanksgiving and Christmas, and that's it. Man, please. I'm doing like 3-tier pound cakes, decorative, flowered, all embellished, and all kind of craziness. And I'm just stepping back, like, God damn. You just never know what's happening. You never know who God is using to speak into your life like that, to help you grow and cultivate this gift that you've been given. Like, you just never know.
Hey,
you
man,
never know.
I believe like this. You know how, like you just said, you never know who God has placed in your life. I believe this. I believe like most of us are like Jonah, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
we know what we're supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like we know what we're supposed to be doing, but we run away from it. But while we're running, there's always a reminder that pops up here and there. Like there's a reminder to be like, you need to be baking.
Yeah, something like that. I'm gonna tell you what's happening to me. So I have a film degree, and it's what you just said. It's it's like it's coming back. It's like, when are you gonna do this again? When are you gonna start this? I thought like, in that break, I'd lost so much material stuff, and then I had lost so much of myself. I was like, I didn't want anything that I had done previous. I didn't want none of it.
Mm-hmm.
And now those voices are coming back like, you still got work to do. There's still work to be done. You know, you put in all of this work. Now, you know, it's just it keeps reminding you, no, you got this to do, you got that to do, you got this to do, you got that to do. You know, it's just like that thing. Like it's never going to stop until you are complete.
But I don't think you ever will be complete. I think it's just like a constant evolution, right? A constant growth,
Okay.
right? Like a continual growth. Completion means you're done. You're never really done because you always can grow, right? Like you always can grow. You always can learn.
I was thinking it from the point like when you close your eyes, like you're with this particular on your life here on this earth in this realm, you're complete. That's when it's all done. Like it's all done then.
Right.
But until I mean, if you keep waking up and you know God keeps blowing that breath inside you, you move, you have all your mobility, you have creativeness in your head. You got to move it. You got to do
it. Hey, listen. Nobody teaches the wildebeest how to run. Right? When that wildebeest is born, running is in him. Right? It's in him. Nobody taught him how to run. That's in him. Right now. Nobody taught him that a lion was his enemy either. That's in him.
That's in him. Yeah. Yes, sir. That's it. That's it.
Right. So your gift is in you. And your gift will constantly remind you that I'm here.
Yeah.
Like I'm here.
That's true, man.
It will remind you through people. Like maybe like you was just cooking something from the family. And they be like, see, man, you need to sell these cakes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Can I give you a testimony?
Mm-hmm.
This is one. I love to tell this story, right? So I had baked this pound cake. I was proud of this pound cake. Man, it was so nice and buttery and brown. It was like perfect, you know? I posted that joker on Facebook. And this girl, I always say her name, so she's okay with it. This girl, her name is Monica Cabrera. She said to me, when you start selling them, I'm going to be the first to buy one. Wow. And I was just posting them on social media. To this day, she has not bought a cake from me. Not one. She has not bought a cake from me. But what she did was plant that seed. And from that day, I have not stopped baking. Yeah. I have not stopped baking. She said, when you start selling them, I'm going to be the first to buy one. Mm-hmm. Not one cake I have sold to her. But let me tell you something. If she never buy a cake, what she did at that moment set me up for what is to come. I mean, that was completely a God thing.
Listen, man. Most of the most successful people in the world are successful because they were encouraged. Mm-hmm. Not because they were like berated because they wouldn't live up to potential. They was encouraged to continue to live up to their potential. See, like there's a difference. Like someone can be thinking they're encouraging you by putting you down because they feel like you're not living up to your potential. But then you have someone that's lifting you up and trying to help you reach your potential.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That statement was trying to help you up to reach potential. And you know, those statements, those are the battery that be putting people back.
Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. And what happens is, you know, how some batteries need to be recharged. The other folks that come along the way, charge that battery up a little bit, keep you pushing. Yeah.
Because let me tell you something. Like what you do, because like you said, it ain't mix it and leave it, right? Like it's a process to everything that you do. And the reward is somebody biting into your one of your cupcakes or your pound cake
Mhm.
and frowning just like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
and,
Exactly.
and right then and there, that's when you know, like, um, oh, another thing, like a lot of my guests, they have t-shirts. They usually send me a t-shirt. But since you bake, I'm gonna give you my address. I need a cake, you know.
I got you, bro. I got you.
But I told you what I was gonna do earlier. No,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I told you what I was gonna do earlier. So we talked about the baking.
You
We talked
did.
about baking. Now I want to hear a little bit of the poetry part, and because I consider myself a retired poet, I would spit something too.
So we
Wait a minute.
had we okay.
Let me introduce you.
Okay. No, don't introduce me yet. Don't introduce me yet. I told you that I had not spit in a long time, man. And you put me on the spot.
Started. I know to get you started. I know to get you in the mood. I know to get you in the mood.
What's that?
I know to get you. I know to get you right. Listen to this. This will get you. This will get you in the mood. In the camp of deprivation, I wake up to elevation, to the east facing the sun, showing the glory of creation. Locked down in isolation, with no communication, except mental telepathy in the form of meditation. With that inclination, I start my gravitation, and without hesitation, I plot my aviation. The stars are my destination amongst the constellations to meet with my universe for conversation. Within this consultation, I gathered information and I saw illustrations about divination and how education led to the defamation, the eventual elimination of my black nation. Jacob's germination, the evil replication, had us trapped for years with no sign of liberation. But Toussaint freed the Haitians from French domination. Now it's time for the gods to start extermination. With deep contemplation and intelligent calculation, I devised in my mind the devil's liquidation. It takes amalgamation with Yakub's federation, and this can only be done through the means of procreation. My racial affiliation may reach perturbation, but after my dissertation, knowledge my demonstration.
Nice. Nice. Give you some snaps. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go to love route.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to love route, right? All right. So I want to write a poem and dedicate it to you. And I want this poem to say I love you. Or at least I want to. I want to formulate words together and call it your blues. I want to strum you like a bass and blowing you like a flute. And together we can make music that the both of us can move and groove to, because I'm trying to be that funk in your right thigh while I make you shaking your boots. Pull you out, swing you out, and pull you back into a 1-2 step. Yep, you see, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to write the poem that'll make you change your relationship status to you or in a relationship with Seek the Poet. Because there's no secret, no shame about our love. You want the whole world to know it. And I'll tweet poetic hashtags and have Twitter twinning our words at the topic of the day, baby. And for you, I'd write the sun in the sky if it's storming outside to make the brain go away. I want to inscribe the prescription to make your pain go away. I want to compose a symphony of words and have you interpret them in arabesques, bourrées, pirouettes, and pliés. I mean, would you be my black swan and I give you a standing ovation? Just a poem, right? That you can wrap yourself up in on cold nights and have the words keep you warm. A poem like we have been, like maybe we've met before in the faraway lands centuries ago. Hold on. Damn. See how you get me messed up, man. In the
That's so.
faraway land centuries ago, huh? You
That's
say
okay.
what? Okay, I'll go back. I want to write the poem that'll make you change your relationship status to you on the relationship with Seek the Poet. Because there's no secret, no shame about our love when you want the whole world to know it. And I'll tweet poetic hashtags and have Twitter our words as the topic of the day. And baby, for you, I'd write the sun in the sky if it's storming outside to make the rain go away. I want to inscribe the prescription to make your pain go away. I want to compose a symphony of words and have you interpret them in arabesque, berets, pirouettes, and plies. I mean, would you be my black swan and I give you a standing ovation? Just a poem that you can wrap yourself up in on cold nights and have the words keep you warm. A poem like maybe we've met before in a faraway land centuries ago, in paradise in the afterglow, or maybe when I was a ghost and you were an embryo, I would slip into your mother's womb and we would be linked together, and together we would become yolk. Now, let me make notes of our distant and yet near connection and our potential to grow. And know that if there's any love lost between us the next morning, you'll find my footprints on your doorstep and my heart, or you'll find it under your pillow. You see, I want the words of this poem to be apropos because it's only right for them to be appropriate as I impress on your essence and address every remnant of you. Jot down words and sounds that remind me of you. Feel the wind on my skin and imagine it's you. And I'll write all that shit down and spit rhymes to you. Lyrics that'll lay with you, stanzas that'll stay with you, verses that'll sing to you. Baby, can I write you a spiritual poem? Will you allow me to pray for you or pray with you? Just a poem, right? A love poem, a funny poem, a corny poem, a makeup poem, a breakup poem, a poetry song. I can't wait to get you on a phone poem so I can hear your voice kind of poem. I can't wait to get you home poem so we can fuck all night kind of poem. I hate you so much right now, nigga. I don't know why I fell in love with you poem. Just a poem, right? I mean, that's all I want to do. And it's funny that I haven't even met you. But when I do, I'm going to write a poem and dedicate it to you.
I hear you. Poet. So that's what you should do for your book, man. Every cake should come with a poem.
Man, listen. So, you know, the idea of how to incorporate poetry into it, every like the boxes that I want to have created with with a poetry. When you open it, there's a poem now. Or like if there's something small, you have a little ticket, there's a poem now, you know. So it's really, I want all of it to be that has something about food there. Because it's something about food that is love, right? When you eat something, it opens you up to something completely different. Like you feel that, like it makes you feel a certain way. So I think that, you know, I have a really good product. And if you can read something that makes you feel good before you are eating it and also make you feel good, that's it, man. So it's so much stuff, man. We're going to do this again when all of this stuff comes to fruition and you're going to be like, I see you, brother.
Nessa, man, let me tell you, I don't doubt you. You know, I don't doubt you. I mean, let's keep it real. And it's not many of us brothers that cook anything.
But shout out to the brothers who do, man, because I'm telling you, my Instagram is so full of brothers. Like I'm talking about culinary artists that's doing it.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know what, man? We have like you know how they have Hell's Kitchen?
Yeah.
A black show like that. Just that's see, and this is my thing. When it comes to cooking, right? It seems like black people don't want to cook black.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something. So there's this show, and I'm glad the audience is here. There's a show called High on the Hog on Netflix.
I heard about that.
Bro, man, it's incredible. It is incredible. Every black person who has a Netflix account, and even if you don't have a Netflix account, you need to get it. You get it just for that show. The way how the history behind, I mean, this brother, the first episode, they in Benin, Africa. teaching us, talking about how what we did in Benin, Africa, and how we brought all of this culture here. Incredible Black folks, incredible historians, incredible recipe. I'm talking about, man. Listen. And then they went all the way back. This last episode I just saw, I don't want to give the story away, but I'm from Galveston, Texas. So they go to Galveston, Texas, where we were the last ones to know that we were free. 2 years after we were free, we were the last ones to know. That's why we call it Juneteenth. Have Juneteenth parades and all kind of stuff like that. They go all the way back there, talk about the tradition of red velvet cake and how slaves did all kind of stuff to bring rice in. I mean, it's just incredible, man.
You know, I don't particularly like Juneteenth.
Why? Tell
me. It's the epitome of being late.
There you go, man.
The epitome. It's the epitome.
Listen, man, it ain't our fault though.
I'm just saying. Listen what I'm just saying though. Listen what I'm saying. Like 2 years?
2 years.
2 years?
2 years.
So and I blame the people, the Black people up north that knew they was free.
They didn't even send a telegram, man. You know how we had, you can tell somebody. Can you get that down there, man? Yeah, man. Tell them.
But think about it though. If they didn't know they was free, they still was acting like slaves on the plantation. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's why I don't celebrate that.
Oh wow.
Like wow. I don't, that's because to me, like I tell people like this. It's 2021.
Wait. You froze, buddy. Can you hear me?
We back. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We should not be experiencing any first Black anything. We've been here the same amount of time. There shouldn't be no more first Black anything. Now, the fact that we still have some first Black things to like uncover.
Okay, so that's a good word. You say uncover,
right?
Not to do, because I think it's already done. We just need to uncover it. Yeah, I got you.
Right. So uncover. But when it is uncovered, it's not really a testament. Like, for example, you could say, I'm the first Black baker on NBC. Right. That's not a testament to you. That's more so a testament to NBC.
And why would it even see? Now we're venturing into waters. Why would it even be a testament? Like, why should I be so proud that I'm a first Black person on? Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
So my whole thing, we'll take pride as I was the first Black person to do this. It ain't like you was the only Black person that can do it. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. And then you and I know I played basketball. I used to rap too. Right. I knew rappers were better than me.
Right. Yeah.
I knew basketball players were better than me. But somehow I got a scholarship and they didn't. Mm-hmm. Right. But I knew they were better than me.
Right.
So I understood that when you living in America and you're Black, it's like America is a big casino because everything is a chance. Everything is a chance. And we gotta help each other. That's why I do this show, man. I do this show to expose people like you and put a battery in your back.
Yeah. I appreciate it, man.
To keep going. Because one day I want to look on, a network and I see the bacon pour and I can be like,
oh, yeah.
I'll be like Suge Knight. I discovered him.
Listen, man, I'm so appreciative. I have to say this, man. I'm so appreciative for that moment. You know what I'm saying? So I think I had tried 3 times. I tried 3 times, bro. And on that 3rd time, somebody picked up, and it just everything just happened. You know, I wasn't even. I think the brother on before me was talking about like his family and stuff like that, and that stuff
Yeah.
moved me so deep. I was like, dang, man. I mean, it just moved me so deeply. I was like, man, I gotta call in and tell him to listen, turn his music off, man. Listen. I mean, it was so many people listening, so many people, you know, trying to get in, call in, and just the way how the spirit was moving in that studio that day. I'm thinking like, damn. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with you. I pick and choose when I want to talk about, especially in public. I pick and choose when I want to talk about something that was so like devastating to me. Because at the end of the day, we understand it as a testimony and it helps people get by. But you have to relive that. And reliving that is not always good, right? But to tell it in a way that somebody else is blessed by it and know that they all too also can get past whatever that is, that was something completely different. And I mean, it was like 1,200 folk, and like sent me notifications, liking my page, sent me, bro. All I would open up the messages, swarms of people just like, I heard you on Square in the Morning. You blessed me. Congratulations. Do work. I mean, from all over. And I'm thinking like, wow, you just never know how powerful you can be just by the words that you speak. So, I say that because I know I'm a poet at heart, a wordsmith in a way that, I know I can connect with people on that level, but to see the reception that way was pretty incredible.
I believe in sonic energy, right? I believe that we pass energy, back and forth to one another sonically and through our voices.
Yeah.
And I believe that the way that we are, like in our character, like if we're humble or if we're aggressive, whether we're trying to be quiet or not, that vibration that comes through your voice is gonna display like an aggressive or sweet or
Yeah.
on, energy. Like that's how
Yeah.
dogs can sense certain things. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they can 10 people can walk by a dog and they don't bark, and that one person walk by that dog and they start barking. They sense something. They sense a certain energy, right?
Right, right, right.
I believe that your energy is the type of energy that would resonate. It's just you need the platform,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
I think your energy would resonate across a wide range of people,
Mhm.
but swaying them just gave you the platform to reach
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
people, right? Like
Yeah.
and like you said, you tried 3 times. Well, in my book, 3 times is saying, I'm okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try again.
Yes,
I
sir.
there. Like you know what I mean? Because you was feeling a certain kind of way. And
Yeah. And you know what's interesting? I don't know what was pulling me to do it though. Because I don't call into radio stations. It's just something that I just don't do.
because they
I don't
remember they played it like 4 times back to back.
like back to back. Back to back.
Back to back. And listen, I'm not a gospel music type of guy, but
Mm.
that had me nice. They had me little.
Like everybody was like misty, man. I'm thinking like, bro, something is happening in the atmosphere here. Something is happening in the universe is shifting. Something is going on at this moment, at this time, with me sitting in this traffic.
And
And this
I guarantee you that morning it was sunny.
it was sunny. It
It
was
was sunny here too. It was sunny here too.
wow.
Like it was sunny here, and it wasn't that type of sun. It was a it was a comforting sunny, right? Like a like a comforting, like a goldish sunny. It was in the morning, but it was like a comforting sunny, like that. listen, man, the energy was just different that morning, and everybody that got on and spoke had that same type of energy.
It's like it was something about it that somebody that was in the listening, that had their listening ear, or maybe even not, but needed to hear it, because that happens too. Where some things you're just going along to get along, you turn on Swear in the Morning, you know that's what it is. You're gonna listen to it all the way in. That's just what it is. But you hear something, it catches you like, oh, okay, and then something else, and then something else. I think it just, and then the people that was in my inbox, like, you helped me so much, man. You did this. Oh my God, I should tell you. And then they wanted to tell me their stories. I mean, it was just amazing. I was like, wow.
Don't be amazed by that though. Like, don't be amazed by that. When your birthday?
August 19th.
Leo?
74. Yes, sir.
Right. So I'm a Pisces. We're both magnetic people. People are drawn to us naturally. Right. Like that's that. So don't be amazed by it. Don't get the big head by it either, but don't be amazed by it, because that's just who you are. Right. That's just who you are. That's your effect on people that encounter with you. Right. Like it ain't just people. I guarantee you, people have told you that in your real life experience. Like, man, thank you. I needed that word or something like that. Yeah. That's just who you are, man. And there's nothing that you can do about that. Right. That's how you
that's true.
That except embrace it. Right. And be humble and answer as many inboxes as you can.
Yeah, man, it was getting kind of crazy, because as it's like almost like as many people that was liking the post, liking the page, it's like the more stories I got in my inbox, and I was like, I can't do this all day. I have a professional job too. I'm thinking I can't do all this all day, man, because I really felt that, like, it was something about those folks saying something, hearing me, wanting to share it towards me, that I wanted to answer them. So I actually took some time and went away from my desk and just started saying, I just wrote a message back to the people who were sending it back, copy paste it, and then send it out. Because it means so much. Like, if you are a person and you may have been going through something or whatever, and then I may have said something to make your day a little bit brighter. Yeah, I think I have that responsibility to say, you know what? God bless you.
Think about it, though. Think about it. You driving down the road, you just come from work, you had a bad day at work. Like, you had a bad day. Like, somebody got on your nerves today at work, and that song came on.
Yeah.
But not that song. I'm talking about any song.
Any song, yeah.
Any song that comes on that you remember, like, especially, when you're younger, because most of the time when you're younger, when you hear a song, you remember exactly where you were when you first heard that song. Like, like you bring back that feeling. Like, music can change everything in your life. As soon as you hear a song, like, you can be mad, and I can be mad, but if I hear joy,
yeah, it changes. Yeah,
it's rap, man. Like,
that's it. Yeah.
Whatever made me mad, don't make me mad no more. And that song at that particular time of day, just it had me rocking too, man. Like, I was a Tom Joyner fan. I like Tom Joyner, and I have been looking for someone to listen to in the morning as well. I don't like Ricky Smiley too much, I think.
Yeah, I'm done. We're in the same boat. It's something that no.
Yeah, I think you're trying too hard. And I think Steve Harvey, I like him, but I think he doing the same thing. They try, like, every other thing is a joke. And it's almost like it's set up that way. Whereas Tom Joyner was more organic. It just happened. So I like that. But I like Sway though.
It was something. It was something about that show that was like, wow, this is it. And then that's my show in the morning now. It's like that's it.
Right. I like it. And I like it. Okay, so brother, man, tell the people how they can get in touch with you.
You can get in touch with me through all your social media platforms. at the underscore baking poet on Instagram, on Facebook. You have the baking poet business page on Facebook, and it all goes to one business suite. So I'll get all the messages, all the comments, all the likes right there.
Nice. When you gonna get your webpage up?
So the web page, man, there's so much that's happening that's going to be on the web page. So that's something else. So August, to give you a date, August 2021, the web page will be up. Also, the second part of the business venture that I was talking to you about earlier, I don't know if we talked about it here, but prior to that, also is going to be on the page. So and it's going to be thebakingpoet.com. So
okay.
Yeah, under construction at this moment, but y'all have it up by August 2021.
Deliver, right? I'm sorry, you deliver.
Yes, I deliver. E-commerce is actually coming in 2021 as well. So things that you may want to order to be shipped to you, it'll be some things, not all. So I can't send you a cake, but I can send you a cake jar, or I can send you cookies or something smaller, because to send a cake is extremely expensive and it's a lot of work. And I wanted to, something like that, I want to be able to get to you intact. And sometimes it don't happen like that. So if you do something smaller, you definitely can get it intact and enjoy the product as well.
Okay. All right. So just like it's customary that, I ask you a couple of questions at the beginning of the show.
Okay.
I gotta ask you a couple of questions at the end of the show.
Okay.
You ready?
No. So let's go.
What are you doing to push the culture forward?
Say that again.
What are you doing to push the culture forward?
So on Facebook, I administer 3 groups actually. Well, not 3 groups. I administer a group called 365 Days Black. Go to Facebook, like the group 365 Days Black. It's a page where we go in, we talk about everything that's happening in the culture. So if it's from politics to music to whatever's happening locally here in Houston, or if it's happening abroad, we put that information in there. We have conversations about it and we push it out. There's also a page on Facebook called the Dual Justice Movement. That's a page that I created and administered there as well. Go on, like that page. It has all of the information. If you are Black and LGBT, all of the information is there. Keeps you posted on what's going on in the communities across the nation and really the world. So, and then of course you can always go to Seek the Poet on social media. All of my stuff is there. Some of the stuff that I've done in the community is there, where I have spit. I've spit at the Improv and in different countries. You can also find my movie, The Ending, on Vimeo.com. The movie is called The Ending. And Seek the Poet. You can go either put my name in, Seek the Poet, or you can put The Ending, Seek the Poet, and that's how it comes up. So yeah, that's what I'm doing to push the culture forward.
All right, well, that's great, bro. So now, this next question gets a lot of people stumped. So I need for you to name me 3 important Black people, but they can't be athletes or entertainers.
They can't be athletes or
entertainers.
Entertain like how? So like when you say entertainment, that's broad.
That's really broad.
Sing, dance.
No dancing, no singing, no movie or acting, none of that. No entertainers.
No entertainers. So,
and no athletes.
No actors.
Athletes.
No athletes. So, was Malcolm an entertainer?
No.
So Malcolm is my number 1. Malcolm is the number 1. James Baldwin is number 2. Okay. And Bayard Rustin is number 3.
Who?
Bayard Rustin. Some people say Beard Rustin. If you don't know who that brother is, he is the brother who actually put all of the marches together for Martin Luther King. He is an unsung hero, and people need to know exactly who he is. Because if it had not been for the work that he did prior to and the work that he did for King, we would have never had some of those marches, especially the March on Washington. And I'm going to leave that alone. Y'all go up and look at my boy, Bayard Rustin.
Bayard Rustin?
Bayard Rustin.
Okay, I got to look him up. Bayard Rustin. I just learned something tonight.
Yes, sir.
Brother, thank you. Man.
Hey, thank you, man.
It's been a pleasure, brother. We finally got it together.
Finally got it together. Look, I was like, who is this brother? Like, I'm thinking like I do a hip hop cardio fitness class because I think I know how to dance. I do that on Monday nights. So I took that Monday night off. I'm thinking like, what the? So, but I'm glad we are here today. We got it done. It was a blessing, man.
Man, thank you, man. And I will inbox you my address so I can get me one of them cake jars or whatever.
Yeah. Do that.
I'm just messing with you, bro. But listen, I do have. I'm gonna inbox you some information. Do you do festivals and stuff?
Yes, I do. That's one called. It's Afro something. I can't. It's an Afro-Caribbean one that I'm trying to be a part of. But yes, so I have done many of those like pop-up joints and stuff like that. I did a 420 pop-up joint at this smoke shop that's right around the corner from me. I did that in 2020. We couldn't do it this year because of product situations. But yeah, so yeah, to answer your question, yes.
Okay, so the world opening back up now. So I'm a graphic designer. That's what I do as a trade. So I got a couple of clients that they do big festivals in the summertime, right? Okay. So I'm see if they would need, your services, or they also rent out like booths. And I mean, when I say big festivals, they 5,000 or better.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So any vendor that is there is gonna make money.
I got you.
You're gonna make money. It's 5,000 people there. Like, and I'm gonna see if they need your services, and if they are selling like vending spaces, I'm gonna try to get you the information, and then inbox you the information just in case you might want to check them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Blessings for that. Appreciate it.
But in August, when you launch your website, because you promised to come back on the show and ding the bell to it.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
We'll ding the bell to your website. We'll launch it right here, man. So
I appreciate
I'm gonna hold you to it now. I'm your accountability coach now.
Listen, there's nothing like an accountability partner. Hold me to it. You'll get it. I'll get it done if you put that battery in my back, like you say.
Okay.
We got it. We got it going.
Look, I tell my wife all the time. My wife said, she asked me, "Am I gonna do something?" And I say, "Yeah, but I ain't gonna commit to win." Because when you say a time or a date, that you gotta hold it. You gotta hold that.
That's it. That's true.
So that's true. You said August.
I said August, and we're gonna set it up. We're gonna get the date in order, and I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna ring the bell on it.
All right, no doubt, man. Thank you again, brother.
Thank you so much, man. God bless
you. You got a couple of, and I will send you a recording of this interview for yourself, for your own. You know,
nice. Yeah.
You have a couple of people that saying they need that poem that you wrote, man. See.
Listen. I will come back when I come back on in August. We're gonna do a whole poetry spot. I'll give you me for free. I'll do 3 pieces for you. Memorize from the dome.
Okay.
I'll even set my space up and perform for the audience.
Okay. Why are you baking?
You're asking a lot. You're asking a lot.
Hey, that would be something special. But nah, man, I'll take whatever you give me, brother. And I'm I'm not gonna wish you luck because luck ain't got nothing to do with it, right? I'm gonna
Nah.
pray that you continue to have the strength to continue to do what you do, right? And hopefully you can continue to enjoy doing what you do, and master it, man, and become a master.
Man, you listen. I'm gonna tell you this thing that's happened, that's coming up the pipeline. The next thing that's coming up the pipeline, I'm so excited about it. It's going to be. I really think it's going to be a thing. I really, really do. So, thank you for encouraging me and having me on this show tonight, man. It just lights, it keeps that fire going. You know what I'm saying? Clicks it up just a little bit more. So I appreciate that.
Man, I appreciate you, bro. And like I said, I'm not wishing you luck. I don't believe in luck. Everything that you accomplish, you're gonna accomplish because you put in the work, right?
Yes,
Like
sir.
that's the only thing that's the only way it's gonna happen. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna pray that you continue to have the strength, the dedication, and the love for what you do, and it's only up from there.
Thank
Right?
you.
It's only
Thank
up.
you.
From there. Everybody, the Bacon Poet.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, bro. And
All right.
I'll inbox you. Okay.
All right. Thanks a lot. Y'all have a good night.
All right. Peace. Oh,
Peace. Yes.
hold on. I'm gonna take you off the camera, but stay back for about 5 minutes. I gotta ask you something.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Cool.
The Bacon Poet, man. Listen, I had my times mixed up, and he in Texas, and I'm in North Carolina, and I said 8 o'clock, and he thought it was 8 o'clock Central Time. But we got the interview done, man. It was a great interview, great brother. I'm anxious to taste some of his cooking. He told you how you can get in touch with him, and it was a great interview, man. So I'm gonna end the show, but remember, in order for you to be a blessing, in order for you to receive a blessing, you must first be a blessing. All right, peace again.